Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk about AI Assistant in Adobe Acrobat Pro. And the focus of this video is to help you speed up your process of reading and getting specific information from a document. So no more TLDR, and how do you get more insights from a lengthy document faster rather than reading it yourself manually. That's exactly what we're going to discuss today. So let's jump right in. So I am in Adobe Acrobat Pro DC desktop application. I'm going to start with this document, which is basically a user manual of a BMW X3 car. Basically, how do you do things, and if there's something that specific that you want to know from this manual, how do you find that information, right? So as you can see, this is an extremely lengthy document, and to be able to find something specific, it will take you hours to go through, scroll through the document and read a lot of things to be able to get that information, right? No more, because with AI Assistant, what you can do is you can quickly find out that information using your AI Assistant button here. And once you click on this AI Assistant button, what it really does is it analyzes the information. It tries to understand the content of the document, and it says, okay, I understand the document now. You can start chatting with me or start having a conversation with me right in the box at the bottom of the screen, right? Now, one thing that is absolutely fantastic about this AI assistant capability is that it always look for the information or the answer within the document, as compared to, say, ChatGPT or any other AI tool out there, which goes out onto the web or any other documents and tries to scrape through the world of information and give you answers somewhat related to what you're trying to ask, versus this AI assistant in Acrobat will strictly only look into your document to find the information for the question that you're asking. Okay, so once you have this AI assistant open by clicking on this button here, it basically says this is what the overview of the document looks like. There are different categories of the suggestion of the questions that you see. So do you want to understand something? Do you want to analyze something? Or do you want to generate more content out of the existing content, right? So say, for example, I want to analyze something, and in the analysis category, I have things like, hey, how do the driving stability control systems enhance the safety? So I want to analyze that information. So if I click on the suggested question, it's going to, of course, think about it. It's going to go through the whole context, not only the content, but also the context of that document, and give you the exact answer of what you're trying to ask. Now you can imagine finding this answer to this specific question would have taken you hours and hours, because you would have to scroll through or do Control F and try to figure out some keywords if you're able to do that. So that's hit and miss, but this is going to give you exact answer to your question. So for example, it tells you what that driving stability control system and how does it enhance the safety. And there are a couple of points about ABS and brake assist and whatnot. But the interesting thing here is that the answer you get from the AI assistant is an auditable answer, meaning that we have seen this is a common issue in the world of AI, and it's called as hallucination. And what does it really mean? It means that when you ask a question or you give a prompt to AI, it tries to give you the most suitable answer. And sometimes that answer is not relevant, or sometimes that answer is incorrect. And AI thinks that that's the right information, but it's actually not, right? So that's a dangerous situation to be in, because one, it's difficult to audit that answer, because if you would have to do that hard work of finding the answer, why would you use AI in the first place? And second, if you believe that whatever the AI is saying, if you believe that to be true, and even if it's hallucinating, it's going to be, it can result in it can give you devastating results, right? So depending on, say, what industry you are in, it could be very dangerous for you, right? But here in AI Assistant, the great thing is that all the responses, all the answers that you get here, they are auditable. And it's as easy as clicking on these citation marks that you see, or the attribution links that you see here, 1, 2, 3. And it tells you, if you click on the number 2, I'm going to take you to the source of the document where I'm getting this information from, so that you can audit and verify the answer is correct. So that's how easy it is. So you click on number 2 and you see how quickly it brings you to the section of that document where it's bringing the information from. So this helps you verify the answer and make sure that the AI is not hallucinating and you're able to use the answers with full confidence, right? So that's how easy it is, and you don't have to rely on just the suggested questions. You can even, of course, you can type in your own questions. It could be analytical questions. It could be some specific information that you want to know. So for example, what I want to know, a bit of a mathematical question here. I want to know, if the fuel tank capacity is 17.2 US gallon, how many miles can I drive if the average fuel efficiency is 25 mpg? So it's going to do the maths for me, and it's going to say, okay, this is what the answer is going to be. These are how many miles you can drive if the fuel tank capacity is this, right? And again, depending on your internet speed and whatnot, it's going to be either slower or faster for you to give the response. So yeah, like I said, that's how easy it is. And as you can see, it says, okay, the answer is you can drive 430 miles out there. Or you can be really specific in the questions that you want to know. For example, I want to know, hey, what are these safety warnings? Just in the interest of time, I've actually typed some of these questions so that I can copy and paste them rather than typing them in. But say I want to know, what are the safety warnings associated with the snow chains in the BMW X3? So again, that's a specific question, and it needs that specific information, which would have probably taken me hours of reading in this document to be able to get that information, right? Versus now it's going to understand the whole document and give me the answer right away. And also it will give me the auditable links to be able to audit the answer. So you see how it says the safety warning for the snow chains are these. You should use recommended tires, ensure the tightness, mount on the gear wheels only, and then you can click on these links to be able to audit those answers back again quickly, right? Now let's jump on another example here. The second example I want to take, so there are some 10K forms that I have. Of course, I have it for the company who made Acrobat, which is Adobe, and it's a great company. So I want to use the example of two 10K forms, and I want to analyze some of the information here. So this is for the latest year, and this is for the year before. And what I want to do here, again, I can go in there and I can ask some questions from the suggestion, or I can have my own questions typed in. So for example, I want to know, what are the key performance metrics used to assess the Adobe's digital media segment, and how are they evolving in the fiscal year 2024? Okay, you can see this is an extremely lengthy document, and finding this specific information would have taken me hours. So we'll just wait for a few more seconds, and this is going to give you the exact answers. It's going to say, okay, the key performance metrics used for the digital media business is ARR. And what does ARR mean? So it tells you a little bit more about, this is the annual recurring revenue. And of course, you can read on the answer and understand what does it mean. The other great thing that you can do when you get the answers is you can hit the copy button, and you can use this information in howsoever you want to use it, right? So maybe you want to put it in an email and send it to somebody, or maybe you're using it for a PowerPoint presentation or whatsoever. So you can do that and easily copy this information from there. The other thing that you can do, apart from simply chatting with one single document, there could be scenarios where you need to have the content and the context of multiple different documents so that you can get the answer after reviewing those multiple documents, right? So for example, say you want to compare the FY24 and the FY23 document and see how they compare with each other from previous year to this year. So I can do that simply by clicking on this Add Files button on the top right hand side of the screen. And if I click on Add Files, it's going to say, hey, where do you want to get this document from? The new document that you want to add and attach to this conversation. Where is the document? So it's going to give you the suggestions from the recent documents, or you can click on your computer to get it from your hard drive, or you can go to the Adobe Cloud Storage if you have the file stored there. Or what I want to do here is, because I have the document open already, I want to say, hey, Acrobat, it's already open. The document is in the open tabs, and I want to choose this document that is already open and click on open again. So I can attach up to 10 documents and up to 600 pages per document. So that's a total of 6,000 pages that you can review and have a conversation with directly, which is huge, of course. And now what it's basically doing is it's uploading the content, and it has added both the files. So I can click on this number 2 on the top right hand side of the screen, which is saying you have 2 documents in the collection right now. And if I click on them, I can switch between both document 1 and document 2, right? So I'll go back again, and I'm going to click on and switch back to the first document. Okay. Now, after you have added the file, it is also, after reviewing the content from both the documents, it is giving you some suggestions on the basis of the information that it has understood. So for example, it says, what are the unresolved staff comments listed in the report? But right now it's only looking at one document. But what I want to do is I want to use both the documents, and I want to get some answers to some specific questions after comparing both the documents. So I want to say, for example, compare both the documents and give me the key highlights and differences from both the documents. Keep it short and write them in a table. So you can have it in any format that you want. If you, for example, you wanted to write an email to your client about the information, it's going to rewrite the information according to that. Or you want it in a form of a table so that you can analyze it later in maybe a spreadsheet or an Excel, it can do that for you as well, right? So depending on what kind of content do you want to get out of this, you can be prescriptive about it in your prompt, and more detailed you are in describing what you want, higher is the chances that it's going to give you the results that you're looking for, right? So right now it says that these are the different key highlights, and these are different differences. So for example, one thing I want to change is, can you have one column for document 1 and other for document 2 while showing the differences? So I didn't mention this before, but I am building upon my conversation, and it is going to, of course, look at the context of the conversation we were having before. So I don't have to rewrite the whole thing. I can literally have a conversation like having a conversation with another person. So right now I'm saying, okay, you wrote this table, which is great. But what I really wanted to do is I wanted to have 2 separate columns where you show me the difference between the document 1 and document 2, and what are the different aspects that you're comparing, right? So that's how easy it is. And it's saying, okay, aspect is digital media ARR. It says in document 1, it was increased by 2.16 billion. And then in document 2, it was increased by 2 billion, right? And of course, I can also say, don't write document 1, document 2, write the exact name of the document. Then it's going to say, this is FY24, this is FY23. So that's easier for you to compare, but you get the idea. And this is how easy it is to have that conversation. Again, use those links to jump right onto the part of the document it's bringing the information from, so that you can use this information, and you can verify the information. But at the same time, you can also click on the copy button and say, if I want to type it in, paste it in an Excel document, I will bring that Excel document here, click on the copy button again, and I'm going to hit paste. And you see how easy it is for me to have that information copied over from the chat into my source, into my target document, right? And of course, and I can use this in howsoever I want to use it to. Right. So that being said, this is a summary of how you use Adobe AI Assistant. Use your imagination, use your creativity to ask those descriptive, detailed prompts when you're asking the AI assistant to do anything. The idea or the trick here is more details you provide to the AI assistant in terms of what your requirements are, the better the chances for it to give you the results that you're looking for, right? So I would definitely encourage you all to, if you have access, if you already have Acrobat Pro DC, if not, go ahead and purchase it on the Adobe website. And if you go to AI, if you open Acrobat, click on AI Assistant and start chatting with your documents day in, day out that you use, and you will see how you're able to save time, hours of time in every single day, so that only by not reading the content and asking those questions and getting the specific information. Right. So that's all that we had to discuss about the AI assistant. In the next video, we're going to talk about the automation piece. So the next video is going to be on the feature called as guided actions. And the idea here is that, say you're using Acrobat day in, day out, and you perform a few actions on different documents repeatedly. So for example, a part of your job is to make sure that all the documents are secure. So you use a protection feature all the time. Or maybe apart from protection feature, maybe your job also requires you to, say, compress the document before you send it out to your clients. So you need to go through every single document and compress them manually yourself in Adobe Acrobat. What I'm going to tell you or show you in the next video is how you can automate those processes so that you can do all those things in bulk. So if you have, say, 100 of documents, you don't have to open each and every document to perform that action individually, which probably you might be doing today. And I'm going to show you how you can do that in bulk in one single click. And the second thing we're going to explore and learn is, if there is a series of actions you need to take on one or multiple documents, and those are repeated steps, how you can speed up the process and automate that process using the guided action, so that Acrobat will do those series of actions or steps for you on those documents rather than you doing it manually. So that's exactly what we're going to discuss in the next video. If you like this video, please click on the like button, hit subscribe if you want to see more such videos, because we are creating a series of video on Adobe Acrobat and other Adobe products to make you become more productive and save time. All right, until then, see you. Bye-bye. Take care.